to 2 minutes of Torah. This year is entitled Chamaitz and O.C.D. Interesting question was raised. We learned the halachot of Chamaitz and Pesach. We realize it's very, very stringent. Chamaitz is not batel, is not nullified, even 1 in 1,000. Pig is, meat and milk is not Chamaitz. 1 drop could fall into a mixture, that's it. Person's eating in a park, and across the table, someone is eating chametz, cannot eat there, because a drop may get into one's food, and that's it. So someone mentioned to me, it almost sounds like O.C.D, obsessive compulsive disorder. And to me, it's so clear the halacha here and nowhere has anything to do with O.C.D. Just to show how clearly the halachot of Chamaitz are nothing to do with an obsession at all. Chas v'shalom. A few examples where, yes, we are very strict about Chamaitz, and especially the Ashkenazim. One goes through the halachot of Chamaitz, they'll find about a dozen times that the Ramah is machmir, stringent, against the Sfaradim, against Rabbi Yosef Karo. So the Ramah had an etziyah, a leaning towards any kind of strictness. When he was in the Safek, he leaned towards strictness when it comes to Chamaitz. That's true. But it's a halachic category of stringency as opposed to an O.C.D kind of issue. I'll give you a few examples. A guy walks into someone's house on Pesach. A Gentile cleaning lady comes into the house on Pesach with a bag of chametz, fresh pita she just brought from Abu Ghosh. And she's walking into the house, into my house, on Pesach. It's in a beer bag, it's sealed. So most people would shoot her on the spot. How could she bring chametz into my house? Halacha says it's not yours. What's your problem? It's hers. She has control of it. No one's going to take it and eat it from her. She's not going to share it, and you just make sure she doesn't. Okay, that's surprise number 1. Nothing obsessive about that. Letting someone bring chametz into your house. But the halacha goes a step further. Let's say she says, okay, 10:30 is when I eat. She sits at the dining room table, and she wants to sit down and eat. So she'll take a little throwaway plastic tablecloth, put it out, and eat. She wraps it up, throws it outside, all done. Is that fine? Yes. It's not your chametz. You don't own it. You're not seeing your chametz. And you're being very careful to clean up after her. She's careful to clean up after herself. All is well. The only thing the halacha says, I cannot eat my Pesach food at the same time she's eating her chametz, because a tiny drop might get in, and we are stringent that even in 1,000 the chametz is not batal. So that's true. We are stringent about that halacha. But obsession goes to the Lord, can never tolerate having chametz in my house, having chametz on my table during Pesach, the table I eat on. No way. Another example, which is even more of a novel idea, is the following. They used to have matzah that looked like pita. Even now, Rav Mahmoud Shlita gives hashgacha on matzah that looks like a pita. So I go ahead, and I have this pita in my house on Pesach, which is matzah, and I eat it. It's fine. Then I find on the table, on the corner, on the bench, a bag of pita. And I'm trying to remember, what is that? Is that the pita for Pesach? Or is that the pita that's real chametz? I don't know. Not sure. And I said, well, I know I did a badika, and I know I checked the bench before Pesach. Oh, so therefore I can assume it's the pita from Pesach. It's the Pesach pita, and I can eat it. Because there's a chazaka that I did a badika, and the old is out, and the new was in, and I should assume this is the new. And this is Allah in the Shulchan Aruch, Taf Mem Vav, Matzah Bak Pesach Beveit Ein Adi Imu Chametz Matzah. You find bread on Pesach, not bread pot, and just don't know what it is. Mutter Afil Bachila Dazlina Batabatra. We go by the latest assumption, latest case. Ve'im uprash harbe. But if it is so moldy, that wait, this is so moldy, this is already from before Pesach, then in that case, okay, I have to assume it was old if it's so moldy, that it can't be this moldy just from the last couple of days. Okay, people are going to want to eat it anyway. But what's the Shulchan Aruch saying? I go by my assumptions, and I have a right to assume I did a bedika, I cleared everything out. And what is this pita? This is not chametz pita, which is kares. This is fine. This is matzah. No one with O.C.D. could ever have a halacha like this. No way. So yes, we have stringencies in halacha all over the place. And yes, by Pesach is a time where we have certain stringencies by matzah. But the stringencies are always in a category. And it's not like, oh my gosh, I have to stay away no matter. No. Let's see the nature of the stringency. When are we machmir? When are we stringent? When are we lenient? It's all going to be in halacha categories. Even if the netziah, the leaning is towards stringencies, it's going to be in a halacha category, which is an outright contradiction to O.C.D. The two just cannot coexist. O.C.D. is an issue that if someone has, they have to deal with. It's a problem. Halacha chas v'shalom is never a problem. It is always beautiful, and it is always da'achei noam, even if it's a stringent halacha as well. Shalom.